Only for my comic. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. I am relaxing, a lot of resting. Maybe the last weekend that I have to do so before I really the rubber hits the road and we get busy at work. We'll see. Uh Weather's been a lot nicer than I thought it would be. Uh just been mixing it up, with the pillow and the recliner and just chillaxing as much as possible. I don't know why. It seems like the more you relax, the more you want to relax. Watching some Gunsmoke, getting there, I forget we're like maybe on 9 now. I'm not sure. Uh, Season 9 of Gunsmoke. Anyway, looks like we're the only ones here. Like me, you know, just just me. It's just me. That's all right. People will start piling in here. And if they don't, well, I'll just throw up my hands and cry holy. Uh, been working on some things. Been been out the other day. Yesterday, I guess it was. Picked up some Superman playing cards at Dollar Tree because I frequent Dollar Tree. They had other licensed playing cards, or at least that's what the little thing said. They had three of these. I picked the best, looking best condition looking box, and haven't opened them up yet, so I don't know what's in here. Jim Lee artwork, some tab or something fell out. Jim Lee artwork on the box. I know that. And some little cardboard tab there, yeah. So got the Joker, which is Superman and Wonder Woman mixing it up. You can get these at Dollar Tree. I got them out at like uh I got them at checkout at Dollar Tree. Uh you can check it out. They've Dollar Tree's leveling up. I've seen some Funko Pops, some Star Wars Funko Pops, $5. Uh Seen other things. I've seen some Star Wars figures and other things. Uh I thought Superman was gay. The new Superman was gay. So what's he doing mixing it up with uh with Wonder Woman? And then here he is with, I mean, is this Wonder Woman the harlot? This is another Joker here. Uh Her dress there. I don't know if my camera looks fine to me, but it may look like potato soup to you. Did This may be a day that nobody gets notifications, it seems like. Uh I don't know. I don't know about some of these artists. If it's all Jim Lee or what. Probably not. This is definitely not Jim Lee. This is all right. This one here looks like David Finch, Superman. You have to trust me on that if the camera's not picking it up. Uh Interesting. Just looks like crop shots of different artwork. I got a little Alex Ross here on the ace of diamonds. just different moments in Superman's history, I guess. Here's Superman and Aquaman. Here's another Alex Ross, the look up Superman's nose shot. Different artists on these. So I think this is the gay Superman. 10 of diamonds. Could be wrong. Looks like the tops and the bottoms are all the same. Look like David Finch. So good for him. Yeah, this is going way back there. This might be Jim Lee here, but that's going way back with the art where he's going up against Wonder Woman. Hey, if my voice sounds a little, I had some acid reflux and it went back up in my, up in my throat. So sounds a little nasally. That's probably why. Here's another Kingdom Come shot by Alex Ross. The Golden Age Superman. A little gray around the temples, the little Reed Richards. So picked up these Superman cards and said, for $1.25, why not? Superman, Wonder Woman again. Don't know who the artist is. There we go. Now here, this is Jim Starlin. I can tell by the face. Jim Starlin, Superman. Give you all the time in the world, Shadowhawk. It's all good. Going way back with this one, Nick Cardy artwork, I believe. So just different. Here's a George Perez from, I believe, Justice League 200, maybe, or one of his covers anyway. So a little George Perez there on that one. Nine of parts. They are thin. They're not too substantial. Yeah. Lipstick on Superman. Again, I thought the current Superman, or at least from a few years ago, it was gay, but what I know, I'm not reading it, so who knows? No Lois Lane. That's interesting. Just all Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman may be the only character, well, one of the few characters that could kind of keep up with Superman in the bed. I don't know. It's all fiction, fiction. But yeah, you can pick these up at Dollar Tree. I did. I don't know why. I mean, just to show you, basically. I like I'm not a big Harley fan, but I know, that's why I picked this up. And every now and then I'll get a pop up, that is kind of like a candy dispenser in a way, and you don't see very many Harley things out there. So, yeah, for $1.25, hey. But I did add to my drink box collection, which we have 3 new entries here into my collection. Actually, more than that, we have 5 new entries into my collection, but 2 are redesigns. And don't ask me why. I just thought, I was drinking these, got off soda and started drinking these last year. And at some point said, these are, the box and the box designs are what I'm just going to start collecting the boxes, and, you know, I guess it would come under advertising craziness collection. You know, I don't know. Um, but Dole from Dole Banana, you know, first time I've seen Dole out. We have. It seems like once one company comes out with one flavor, like I really like Welch's orange pineapple. Well, now Dole has an tropical orange pineapple drink out there. So this is a brand new box that I've not. I have tried this. It is good. Um, you know, I don't know that there's that much difference. Uh, hey, Shadowhawk,
Hey, what's up, Rex? Check this
you're
out, dude.
outside with the birdies. Yeah.
You can only see two of them right now, but a minute ago I had 5 squirrels out here in the front yard raiding the birds'
Oh
nest.
yeah. You've
Oh,
been doing yard work,
yeah,
huh?
yeah.
You've been like mowing the yard and all that good stuff, a little cleanup.
Mama Hawk mode. I did all the trimming and edging, and then
Hey, Mike,
finished power washing the rest of the deck today. So
that's cool. Yeah, I saw a new power washer over on X. That was pretty cool. Uh
yeah, that little like tankless guy that like fits in one hand.
huh. Uh, maybe. I don't know. There's so many
I
out
don't know.
there.
I saw a pretty cool one. I think it was either X or Instagram the other day.
I was
But then,
showing the crowd a few things I picked up at Dollar Tree when you came in. You can get Superman playing cards
oh, very cool.
with different depictions from different artists. There was one Jim Starlin, one George Perez. There was David Finch, and
Is that
of course, this is
standard?
Jim Lee right here.
Cool. Is it a standard deck? So it's 52 cards plus 2 jokers.
Didn't count them, but yeah, it had a couple jokers. So yeah, probably standard deck. Yeah, I'm
Cool.
gonna say yes on that for $1.25 at the dollar store. Which wait, $1.25. That doesn't calculate. Now they're have stuff up to at least
It's
$5
the
a month.
$1.25 store now. They just haven't changed all the
Yeah,
signs.
but they got $5 items or $3 items or
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They're getting outrageous.
Dollar General did the same thing. You know, they just did it before Dollar
Yeah,
Tree. That's all.
I'm told China owns all those, or I mean, and the Family Dollars. I don't know. It's kind of
Really?
wild,
Yeah, probably. It wouldn't surprise me.
but I
It's like
know they.
all the gas stations are owned by Arabs and shit, dude. I mean, at least
Yeah.
up here
Well,
they
I've
are.
seen a few Indians from India,
Well,
as
yeah,
well.
the Arabs, Indians. Well, yeah, Middle Eastern folk.
I saw a lot of
Yep.
Indians and not the woo 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 kind. In
Push starter pull.
in Atlanta, I also saw a lot of Orientals. I mean, Japanese,
Oh,
Chinese. I don't know. They don't know where they're
you
from, but
Chinese, me play joke. Me go pee pee in your coke. Sorry to all of our Chinese fans
please
out there.
don't. I don't know where everybody is today. Nobody's showing up.
I don't know. It's Sunday.
We've had a
Mike
high
popped
three
in
people
for a
thus
second.
far. Either that or the counter's not working. Now we've got one person, but that's fine. We're on with the show. This is it.
Yeah.
Looney Tunes.
Oh,
Um,
the chill.
I,
Getting late.
I really, I mean, it's exciting when you add to your collection, and I really do get excited when I get a new design for my drink box collection. I mean, I'm going to be. It's kind of makes it fun, a game. I get to try
Rex
new
is going to be the king
flavors.
of drink boxes.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I've actually even thought about doing a price guide. For and starting the trend.
That would be
Because
kind of cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have
Hey,
to be anything fancy.
kickstart your own fucking collector's market. Oh, hey, Eric. What's
Sometimes
going on,
that's what it
buddy?
takes, right?
You
Eric and
got to
Boyd
make
in
a
the house.
comment. I
Well,
mean,
I'm here, but
we know you're here, but
that
until you
matters
comment,
little.
we
Well, you
don't
may
know.
be the only one here, Eric. So right now, so it does matter. But yeah, I was saying that
You're lucky I'm here.
Dole has come out. over time, I've
Oh,
seen others enter into the drink mix,
the drink mix category.
the drink mix category of making money. Dole, who does the bananas and other things, I was saying that Welch's just came out with a tropical orange pineapple or whatever they're calling theirs, tropical
Oh
orange
yeah,
pineapple.
yeah. I saw that one.
So, well, not the Dole brand
No,
though.
the Welch's one. You showed
The
me that one.
Welch's,
I think.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
this is and I do like good combo. Some of them are the only. There's been very few that I have not liked. You know, only one really, and that's that Sonic Ocean Water. Don't try it. Tropical lemonade. So tropical lemonade is the other Dole, and maybe I'll be seeing other flavors later, but these are the only two that I saw at the one I went to. And entering into the Flavor-Aid, kind of like Kool-Aid, the off-brand of Kool-Aid. Flavor-Aid with their first one, and it's a wild one. I've drank it. It's not too bad. It does taste like cucumber water. Cucumber limeade, believe it or not. Cucumber limeade. I like lime, but it's okay. I wouldn't drink it all the time. But new box, new, Dole entering in, Flavor-Aid, and there's been others recently enter in. And I've got a couple redesigns. I thought these looked different because I wouldn't have bought them for their just flavor. Cherry and blue raspberry sunburst. Now these are the old boxes, the ones I've collected before that have the little chews there, the little sunburst chews. But the redesign, here's the old box, and here's the new, showing you the actual packets that's in there. So a little redesign, a little different, same product, little design difference, and same thing with the blue raspberry. They show you the flavor packets. So a little bit difference in design, not much. What I'd miss, rewind the show. Well, I was showing some new entries into the box collection.
You missed nothing. Yeah, that's fine.
No, he missed everything. He missed the Superman playing cards and the new boxes
And a
added.
juice box.
I'm going to see if I can put these up back here somewhere, but now I've got to be able to go through my collection. Right now, I have them in a couple of cardboard flats where
What
I can
happened
go
with
through them and see if
I'm
I've got that particular one or not, Sinatra
Hey,
is
Eric.
back to streaming. Good. I'm
Yeah,
glad to hear that.
What
was
happened with
that?
Sinatra? Did you get a strike or something?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but I know he's been missing. I always like to send him praying mantis type stuff. And, in his past opener, he used some of those images that I sent him.
Oh, that's cool.
Either that or he saw the same stuff on X that I did.
I was
But he
Finley
probably
get back to making more songs, so he's good at doing the little parody songs and stuff.
To me, that was the height of CG right there, where it was like, oh, and doing Cecil and all that. It's still hilarious today. It was hilarious when Cecil did it on Ethan's channel, but
Oh,
I saw that for the first time live, but I missed looking at trash. Okay. Haters gonna hate. I guess I'll throw these away. This is nothing but trash too. 2 months
Halo
worth.
Glitch. What's up, buddy?
The pizza rounds. I'll just throw all that out. And
Homer's getting too fancy for us, Rick. He's been hanging around with some.
I did send him the link yesterday, and he blew us off. So yeah, maybe. Yeah. I'm coloring the last of my
here in the
sketch
slums
cards,
anymore.
and I have Giganta and Miss Mask from FemForce, the PD character Golden Girl, public domain character, and the Celtic goddess Morgan.
Morgan. Yeah, it's very nice.
Well, you know that Western skull like character, and I did think up another Western character, but I haven't depicted him yet.
Yeah,
It's going to be pretty cool.
I think I heard something about that, but I didn't know exactly what happened to him.
Rex like sippy boxes. No, I don't like sippy boxes.
I like my juice box and my dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Man,
Dinosaur.
It's a dinosaur.
it's a dinosaur.
You see the dollar store in a while?
Did you ever?
Yes.
Your trash is priceless. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you're the ones told me I need to put $100 or $200 per image on there, which is a trash or art. You make there's tramp art. I know that there's tramp art.
Mhm.
It's a dinosaur. Hmm.
You just slap a fucking high price tag on it, no matter what it is, and people will think it's art.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, there was some guy that duct taped a banana to the wall at the fucking
Okay,
mall.
everybody talks about that one. I mean, you know,
I
you
mean-
got one bogus piece of crap out there that's gaming the system, and all of a sudden, all of art
Dude,
is
it's not
banana.
just one. There's not just one. What about the fucking crucifix and jar of pee?
Okay,
know.
that was back in the 80s, maybe about
80s or early 90s.
1987.
It-
Yeah,
it's
you
still-
got
It still happens. You're acting like
No,
it never happened.
okay, but is all modern art that?
Did I say that?
No, I'm just asking.
All I said is people will fucking slap a fucking high price tag on anything nowadays and say it's art.
Yeah,
And dumb
that's,
people will go, "Oh, that's cool," and pay a big shitload of money for it.
well,
That's all.
that's probably been the last 80 years in modern art. Once, and
It's probably
especially
been-
after
It's probably been that way since the beginning of art.
I mean, de
on Earth.
Kooning, you know, I don't know if he slept his way to the top or what, but I mean, de Kooning stuff is, you know, maybe it does show the uglier side, you know, like Bosch back in whenever he did his, you know, Heaven and Hell and strange
Yeah,
imagery.
Dante's Inferno.
Yes. I mean,
Well, I forget
spiral.
if Bosch inspired Dante or Dante inspired Bosch. It was one or the other, but either fucking way. He
Yeah.
did the paintings of the 8 levels of hell, the circles of hell.
Yeah. I mean, I can, well, I'm just saying, imagery aside, is it beautiful? Is Vincent stuff? I mean, Vincent Van Gogh. I think my first impression of him was it's not very beautiful, but then beauty is an eye of the beholder, I guess, the individual. I can enjoy anything, you know. And I have my
Like
favorite.
with Van Gogh, he kind of went through periods, though. You know, he did a lot of portraits
Yeah.
at one point, but like I don't know. I like Van Gogh's like flowers and stuff like that. And who was the other guy that did like Starry Night? Is fucking amazing. I love that.
Maybe this is what I get every time I talk art is that it's a psyop and it's anti-artist, and there might be, I mean, conspiracy, maybe Tree
It
Goblin.
don't matter, Tree Goblin. Everything's gonna be AI by next year anyway.
Well, like I say, if beauty's in the, I don't think so. I don't think he's right about that, folks.
Yeah, I
There'll
know.
be other people slaving away trying to do hand done stuff, you know, to the end of time until maybe the tribulation time. Then people don't have time for art, you know. Maybe they'll be depicting actually the Antichrist. You know, first anti-art was that urinal. I guess, you know,
might be taking
Deshaun-
photos of the Antichrist at that point. They'll have their
Yeah.
fucking cell phone out and taking video.
Well, it'd probably will be.
I gotta post this to TikTok before that demon.
All
eats
I
my
know
thing.
is I would like to play the little creature game that was on the Millennium Falcon, you know, kind of like the creature chess game where they destroy each other.
Yeah, with the little holograms. Yeah,
That's all I
that was
want
fucking cool.
AI to do for me. You know, but
Rex ain't asking for much. I just want a
yeah.
holographic fucking chessboard. That
Well,
would be cool
whatever.
though.
I
Like,
mean,
they
dip it
actually
in
have little
water, it'll be
battles and
okay,
stuff.
right? Tree Goblin, just dip it in water.
There you go.
I don't know that it started with the ready-mades with Deschamps, and the stool and the bicycle wheel. Maybe you know that one, maybe you don't. A lot of people don't know Deschamps and his urinal. And yes, that was
I've
even
heard
before
of
that, it
them.
was Henry Matisse and the Beast. You know, they were called the Beast because of their color palette was so wild in 1905. You know,
Yeah, but what was the subject that he
I
was
know.
painting? What was
It was an Oriental woman. I mean, there was others, a portrait of a woman, you know, but done in a
Oh, okay.
non-traditional color.
I know Matisse's name. I'm not like that up on my
Well,
old
Matisse at
artists,
the
but
end of his
I
life, he
know
couldn't, you know, he did like paper cutouts and then had people place them, you know.
he wasn't the weirdo that like moved out to an island with a bunch of like native women on it and stuff, and he had like
No,
12 wives.
no, uh that was Gauguin, I believe, going to
Gauguin, yeah.
Tahiti. Uh
Yeah.
Yeah, he went there a couple times. He actually dug some of the Panama Canal. He worked on the Panama Canal.
Oh no shit. That's pretty
There
cool.
toward the end of his life, he got 3 drunken sailors or whatever because of his attitude, you know, whatever they ganged up on him, and his leg got in the rungs of a ladder, and he broke his leg. And there toward the end of his life, he's not listening, folks. He's got something.
Sorry, my daughter came in. I was
That's
talking
fine.
to you.
You know, Deschamps is futurist, yeah. If Rex would have dipped his comics in water, they wouldn't be burned. They wouldn't have burned. No, you can't keep them. I mean, if you submerge them, yes, they could be returned to their pulp nature, but eventually that stuff's going to dry out. And they didn't have to burn. That's the ire of it to me, is that it was arson. It was done. I'll go to my grave saying that. I mean, the owner lied about having insurance. We know that for a fact. He could take it off his taxes, redevelop the land, and, you know, rebuild something better that would make him more money, I guess. I think there's a sort of a duplex or something there, condos, something. Um, it's a joke. Okay. Talking about my fire again. I talk about it all the time. It's okay. 97, you'd think I'd be over it, but you know, I'm not. I don't know if you ever get, at least no one, I mean, you know, it wiped out 5 businesses. Forget my stuff. There were people like my then mother-in-law, father and mother-in-law right next door with their business. And it was like, you know, flea market catch-all thing or whatever, but everything that they owned and put in that store burn up. You know, there was a TV repair place, and I don't know what else in that complex. And I was the, I know I was the person. He would have burned it down much sooner if I had not been down there. But it got so cold in the wintertime. And I took a couple nights off because it was just so cold. I was going down there and looking at my comics. I didn't know at the time for one last time. I was supposed to be going through them and inventorying them for a court because my wife, I was in the middle of a divorce for 2 years. She stole my collection and put it in storage, which she had no claim on that. All that was mine before I married her. You know, I don't know that she had any right to claim half of that or any part of it. You know, but whatever. Rex was violated in the break-in. Yeah, in when that came later when somebody burst into my house, couple of black guys, and overturned the place and stole my bed, my table, and my computer,
I
and
can't
did
believe
return
they stole your bed, man.
silver coins and huh?
So I can't believe they stole your bed. What the fuck?
Yeah, well, I mean, they were about a block away. They worked for a guy that's what they did. They sold stuff like that to
Fucking crazy.
people down there on that side of town. And it's practical things like beds and tables and stuff that people
Right,
buy.
right.
You know,
I get it. But I mean, it's just weird. Somebody came and stole my goddamn bed.
yeah, they got into my. They knew somebody lived there, and that didn't. Oh man, if I could just, that's all right. I'm hoping.
I know. I
I
understand.
just need to, you know, get over it.
It's a very it's not a good feeling to be
It's no, it's not a
stolen.
good feeling. Thanks for touching upon that, Omer. So,
Yeah.
wow. Let's talk about
Yeah.
everything that triggers Rex today. But I'm just glad you're here. Uh,
I'm in here ready to roll.
he saw that positive title that I had today. Good to see you once in a blue moon by thunder, and he took advantage of me. I feel violated. So anyway, she took your comics. What a cow! Yeah, and put them in storage. And I knew the guy that owns the storage place, and
What the fuck?
he knew my father was good for it, but it was client. He couldn't tell me, but now she let it lapse, the storage lapse or
Uh-huh.
whatever, and he told me, and then because there was no claim on it then, and then I went and picked it all up. I guess
Right,
maybe
but
bring it back.
you had to pay her a bill, right? For storage.
Probably, yeah. The couple months or whatever that she didn't
Hey,
pay.
whatever, man. At least you got your books back, but then
I did. There was
then they disappeared anyhow.
pretty much unscathed. There was a box or two that got a little damp, a little water. Nothing except the box, really.
Right,
But
but
I was so livid
she
over
didn't care
that,
about that shit. It was
and
more just taking it away from you than
exactly, yes,
thinking.
it was. It was. Same thing with the school annuals
Ah,
and a
yeah.
bunch of, you know.
The
He
mind
threw
of
I mean, the house I grew
vengeful
up
mind of
in,
a woman.
the house I was in for, I want to say 19 years, but I'm not sure if that's probably not right. For a long time, years and years. The house that I grew up from like age 10, about at age 11 up to, you know, into my 20s, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Well, 18. I don't know. But grew up in anyway. I mean, she left.
Right.
She left. My wife left. Now she can blame it on me, but my wife left for like 2 months. Or no, not 2 months. I mean 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and then came back and locked me out. Had a pistol
What?
that her father gave her, so I knew I had to not show up there. But I
Damn.
had to go out there to feed my animals that I had out there. So I had to go out late at night and try not get shot. And
Holy fuck.
and then one day I went with a friend of mine and Elsie's, Charles, and we went out there, and I got about half my whoops, we lost Shadowhawk. Wives are pretty dumb, yeah. Sorry, Rex, didn't mean to start a whole thing. That's all right. I didn't have that much to talk about today, and I might as well crap on everything on a Sunday. Sure. Let's see what else. What other horrible crap would bring up? Just kidding. Yeah, just kidding does not always cover your violations. you know, I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm sorry. I graped you. You know, I was only joking. No, that doesn't cover it. It doesn't cover it. Not that you ever would. I'm just saying, you can't get away with everything in society. Back in the old West, they shot your ass. Oh, just kidding. Imagine your ex having a gun. I know that's not a pretty sight. And she called. She was starving my animals to death, and she called the animal control people on me. And I tried to talk to them. My mistake was when they asked me, "Well, who's responsible for those animals?" I should have said I and my wife, or my wife right now, because she's out there, and had them go after her. They came after me with a vengeance. You know, that's why I don't support. I mean, they actually put. I said I'm having trouble. Go out there. She'll kill me, and they didn't care. They didn't care. As long as those animals are taken care of, they didn't care. They put the animals' rights over my right to live. So screw them. I'll never support them locally here. You know, I'm sure they do some good work. Not everybody's bad there, and it's been decades away. But when you put animal rights over human rights, I'm all for animals do have rights, but we should care for all animals. But anyway, I wasn't the one violated. Just kidding. Yeah.
Whoops. Kicked myself. Damn it. I haven't done that in a while.
So, she moved, I moved in the process. One of the worst things was when I was served for court. Somebody knocks on your door and then they hand you a summons.
Mm.
If you never felt that before, you feel like, you've been tricked. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
Yeah.
somebody shows up your abode where you live.
Mm.
I can't describe it. It's just,
I get it.
it's very upsetting.
It's not cool. Yeah,
Hey,
it
Carrie.
was nowhere near cool.
It's nowhere near cool, right? Somebody shows up to crap on your lawn or really in your
I
living
mean,
room. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, the equivalent to,
Yeah.
Oi, Carrie,
If you
Sabalor.
were having a good
Just
day,
be your
here you
dude.
go. This will ruin everything for you.
Oh, trust me.
Huh.
Going
I'm
through it with
I'm
my
lucky my
fucking
wife isn't a
taxes.
dick. Tree Goblin says I've got a few questions about that. You know, why are you gay? And anyway,
Handley.
shut up. Anyway, maybe I should go back to talking about the. Did you think the Flavor Aid? Do you think you would try that? The Flavor Aid cucumber limeade?
Cucumber limeade?
Yep.
Probably not.
I really didn't look at it. I just knew it was a new box. What
I mean, I've
flavor it
had
was.
what do they call it, cucumber water or something like that before.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it does
it's
taste like
okay.
cucumber. I'm not really. It's
I
not that
mean,
strong.
yeah,
I like
it's for.
pickles, but I don't like cucumbers.
Yeah, I gotta have salt on them, otherwise, I don't eat them. A little salt and
I
pepper,
bet
they're
you
okay.
have to eat salt on your watermelon too.
No, not necessarily.
No,
No,
yeah. I
I
just
always
don't
thought it
get
was
that
kind of
why
weird
people.
when people put salt on a watermelon. But I mean, I've tried it. It doesn't
I
seem
don't
to.
like it. I don't
Yeah,
like it
it
at
doesn't
all.
seem to really do anything for me. So I
No.
don't usually bother with it.
Yeah.
But I put sugar on a grapefruit. Like I used to cut a grapefruit in half, and eat the little. You got your little pie shaped sections and your fancy little spoon with the serrations on it. I used to love those when I was a kid.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now, I just
It was
found it.
fun to eat.
Tree Island, I just found it funny that you said dick and wife all in the same comment.
What happened? Lucky my wife isn't a dick. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that would mean it's a man. I don't know. Whatever.
what?
Or strap on.
No, that
And,
could just
well,
be. It can just be an attitude. I mean,
an
he could have.
attitude. Well,
He could
okay.
have.
All right. Yeah, I
He could
guess
have
so.
easily substituted the B word or the C word for the word that he used. So, I mean, it is
Okay.
what it
Yeah. Oh
is. Dip it in
well.
water.
Yeah, I'm
Dip it in the
I'm
water tree and hold it there for about 6-7 minutes.
when it works, it works. I mean, look at Shadowhawk and Mama Hawk. Next year they'll be celebrating 20 years of marriage. That's awesome. I'd like to have 20 years of marriage under my belt, but it was not meant to be. At least not yet. So we all have this fantasy about, what marriage should be. And then there's the reality,
Bro, I mean, well, first and foremost, a lot of it is
Grapefruit
just,
is good, but I'd never see any grapefruit flavor really of stuff.
what was it? Ocean Spray. You ever have the pink grapefruit juice cocktail? I think it is
Well,
from
yeah,
Ocean
but I'm
Spray.
talking in the drink mix thing. You would think that
Oh,
there
in the
would,
drink
and I'm
mix. No,
not
I don't
saying that
know.
there's not grapefruit, but I just don't see. And if you take blood pressure medicine, I like to eat grapefruit, but you
Yeah,
can't
but I
do that
think with
if you're on blood pressure medicine. It works
yeah,
against
yeah,
your medicine.
hmm
So you have to give up grapefruit.
yeah. Because my mom used to love grapefruit stuff, but then she started
Mhm.
having blood pressure problems, and she had to quit drinking the grapefruit because it like there's something in it that reacts with blood pressure medicine. It's
Yeah,
not good.
there's one of these days I'm going to get serious, and it may be this decade when I enter my 60s. Serious
The dog
about,
star.
huh? What?
He said one of these days I'm going to get serious, and I said the dog star.
The dog star. What?
Serious?
Oh God,
Surely
son of
you
a
can't be
bitch!
serious.
Really? Really? And I thought I told some obscure jokes. If you have to explain it, it's not really dog star. Serious. God, yes. I know enough about stars to know about that. But yeah, one of these days I'm going to get a little bit more.
That look on your face was priceless, Rex. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Wow. We're really reaching today. Where I don't know.
Some
But
days it makes my whole day worthwhile just to.
I'm glad I could be the butt of your jokes, or at least the target of your, you know,
uh,
you were
so you
shooting
having a
for.
big brother. I love it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, in between you, me, and Elsie, it's like,
Oh my
because
god.
people thinks I say I squabble with Elsie like brothers, but and
Mm.
that's true. I mean, we've been at it for 40 years. Uh, but
You two are like an old married couple. We haven't gotten that
yeah,
far yet.
well, I mean, we've had some. I mean, we've had some arguments, but at the end of the day, we know we love each other and that we're not going anywhere. But it takes two to make up their mind that we're brothers in Christ and that
Well, yeah.
we have more in
So
common than what we have in differences. We may differ on an issue vehemently, and have even a shouting match about. And I've got down
I
on
mean,
his
I
back.
don't expect anybody that I ever meet to think exactly the same way I do. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
every person is an individual. So I don't expect that kind of conformity ever.
I don't even know what I was saying. He said that joke and it just blew me out of the water. It
I'm sorry.
stopped I should have went back to it immediately, or I forget it. So moving on. I don't know what it was. I have to watch it on replay and
God
go,
damn
oh
it.
yeah. And I'm not going to do that. So it's lost forever.
Rewind. Pull up the
Anyway,
tape.
I think the medicine is helping Abby. I haven't given her a second dose. I tried something new today. I've been the Aldi has switched, at least at my store, to these entree meals that they haven't had before. They've had the same
Okay.
sort of 3 dog meals that are wet
Uh-huh.
meals, not your dry kibble or anything like that. And they're more like a pate ground up, fine pate.
Right. Okay, I
And
got you.
so I tried sticking I have to hide the medicine, right? I've
Right.
done it in like tortilla with peanut butter, bread with peanut butter, meat,
Try
lunch,
a little piece
thin
of
lunch
you got
meat, thin lunch
American
meat,
cheese.
American cheese. Yeah, that would be a good one. I
Yeah,
just didn't
if
have any.
you can squeeze it right around the pill, and the
Well,
dog
what I
won't
did
even know
was
it.
just take it since it's finally ground. I stuck it in the meal and then just kind of covered it up, and it went
Oh,
down good in the
oh, there you
meal.
go.
She never even noticed it or crunched it up, whatever.
Ah,
Uh,
yeah.
so
Sometimes trying to get a dog to take a pill is a pain in the ass, dude. When they clench their jaws shut and they're like, "Nope," it's like, "Come on,
yeah,
please."
yeah, you have to disguise it. So every day I have to disguise it twice and give it to her,
Mm.
and with what I have
Yeah,
on
just
hand.
buy a little cheap package of that processed American cheese, man, because it's real moldable. You can just
Yeah,
take
and
like a
she likes
corner of it.
that.
Hmm Take
If
a
it
little
felt,
corner off of it. You probably only use like half a pack in a month. You know.
uh, yeah, but once you open it, oh, you're talking if it was in like a
Well, you take the
thing,
like
fly.
the individually wrapped slices. You take a little strip off of it, and then you put the rest of it into a little Ziploc baggie, and then you just because
Yeah,
you take a little half-inch strip by the width of the slice of cheese, and then you cut that in half. That'll cover 2 of those little pills. So that's a
yeah,
whole day right there.
that's what I was doing with bread too, getting like
Hmm
2 doses with 1 piece of bread, and putting peanut butter, but that's a little bit hard for her to swallow. Uh, the peanut butter's so dry and stuff.
I
She's
mean,
like,
if she likes the cheese, or you could always do get Cheese Whiz and just spray a little on top of that thing and give
have
it
you
to her. So
tried
not even
Cheese Whiz? That's like Cheese Whiz that used to be like it's always been expensive, but like $2 a little thing, but now it's like 4 or more,
really.
you know.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
No,
Cheese Whiz
I haven't had
and
it
I
in a long
and
time.
to actual get the Cheese Whiz brand, I don't even see that anymore. I see
Well,
off-brand type stuff.
no
I've
shit.
tried to get off-brand cheese and she won't eat it. The
No, yeah, like the
regular cheese that I get, she likes, but if I
mm-hmm.
try and get off-brand, and she won't eat it. Maybe there's not enough dairy.
Hey, okay.
It's got a smell or something. Hey, Caleb. Um,
Yeah, there's something in there they don't like me. Daisy's the same way. She won't even eat like American cheese. She smell it and she acts like I go to give her a little piece of it. If I give her a piece of cheddar or like Monterey Jack or whatever, like right off the little bar,
mhm.
she likes that kind of stuff.
Well, I like extra sharp, although it's the
Yeah,
brand that I
so
get is not like if I get extra sharp in craft brand, it is really extra sharp. It is, more biting. It is,
yeah.
you know, it it's got a more powerful taste than the
hmm
brand that I buy. The
It'll
brand
dry
I
out
buy
and
is fine.
it'll
She
like
eats
dry out
that.
your tongue too,
She'll eat
right?
American too. Uh, hey,
Like it's
Ginkgo.
so sharp that it like dries up your mouth, and it's like, ooh, that was good. But you gotta take a drink.
Yeah, yeah, I might just keep putting it in their food, but then those meals have went up. I mean, they switched brands, but they've went from 79 cents, I
Hey,
think, to like
Jenko,
89,
Jenko.
and now these are 95 cents. And actually, I most of her meals that I've been giving her, I might have gotten some for variety for her, and that's the only reason I try these brand new ones out and got her 3
This is variety
to
is
get
the
through the
spice of life.
weekend. I don't know what he's talking about, folks. There's 2 things going on at once. He blows me away.
You
But
said variety. I was saying variety is the spice of life, Rex.
oh, yeah. Well, you don't like to eat the same thing all the time, so
No.
You know, give your
Why
dog
would you
some
dog?
variety, right? Your
Mhm.
animal, whatever. And I do try and with their treats and
Well, I
other
mean,
things.
Daisy, she gets a varied menu of treats, but her regular food is her regular food because it gives her like all the nutrition she needs.
Are you
And all
doing
that.
dry kibble? Because most dry kibble is sterile and not really nutritious.
I
Everything
understand that most of the stuff is cooked out of dry kibble. But no, I give her the high dollar fucking. It's like semi dry. I don't know what they call that. The blue something. Or other.
Oh, uh,
Fucking
yeah, I don't.
expensive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And for a dog that big, I imagine. Yeah,
Yeah,
you spend a
and
lot on your
then
dog.
yeah,
Americans spend
she gets
probably
at
over.
least twice a week. I take an egg and crack it up in a little, like a poaching bowl,
Yeah,
and scramble the shit out of it, and then
yeah.
just let her have that for her coat. That's why she's so shiny and shit, dude.
Abby's not that
Dog's
big
got a mate.
on egg, but
No,
if I
oh man, since she was a puppy, she's loved.
well, like your dog doesn't like American cheese. My dog does.
Yeah,
You know.
so I don't know. Yeah, weird.
Uh, yeah,
I,
you would think, man,
they're
they would
all
like.
individual, and I've had a bunch of dogs throughout my life. Every one of them was an individual. People talk, in generalities about cats and dogs, but every pet I've ever had has had their own personality, whether it was a cat, dog, fucking ferret,
I don't know
snake.
why. I don't know what the current numbers are, but a few years ago, it said I heard that Americans spend $50 million a year on on uh, on their pets.
I think
I think that's
it might be
right.
billion. Like,
It might be
not mi-
billion. Is it
yeah, it
50
might be
billion? That's a
billion
lot of
instead of
money.
million. It's a ton of money, yeah, dude.
And
But
a lot
yeah,
of that's got to go toward their food. Of course, a lot of people just like, oh, I can
well,
give them Old Roy and all that. That's good enough. Yeah, you're just, you're keeping them alive, but you're not really giving them the nutrition they need.
no, yeah, you gotta give
You're
them good
gonna,
food.
when your dog has arthritis and all kinds of stuff, inflammation throughout their body or tumors, come and see me. It's too late by that point. Here's some lead for you. Put something in between your lobes of your brain. Put you out of your misery.
Do you hear us talking about doggies? Daisy comes over.
Just like your own diet,
Oh,
you can get
there she
creative
is.
about it. Yeah, she's active. You
What's
can
going
tell
on,
she's
Dave?
active. Wow.
Yeah, she just saw something out the window.
Come on, Daisy, chew his leg off.
Excuse me.
Wow. Bring that up again. We'll vote on it.
Bring it up around election time. Okay, Genko or Genko. How do we pronounce it? Hard G, soft G.
I say ginkgo.
I hate pronouncing it wrong. I think
Ginkgo.
Genko is right.
Well, he's never complained. So there you
Wow.
go.
Okay.
Sharing is caring.
Wait a minute.
And a monkey will just drink out of the straw.
Monkey's like, here you go. All right. How's that work, buddy? Well, they got a beer together? What are they drinking? Coconut milk?
It's milk. I don't know. Some kind of milk. Yeah. I assume it's
Probably coconut milk. That's awesome. Aw. Best buddies.
Full. Yeah.
Fucking monkeys are crazy, dude.
Like ginkgo. Ginkgo. I don't know.
Like ginkgo. Okay. But that could
like ginkgo. Ginkgo.
Hard G or soft G?
I think that's what I was saying. I don't even know.
G as in Jinko or G as in Genko?
Well, he's
Hard
telling
G,
you here.
G.
He's telling you here. down here.
EDJ.
Might be autocorrect.
I'm fucking completely lost. Forget I asked Kenko or
Look.
Jenko or whatever.
Well,
Wow. Why is my brain fried? Getting too old for this shit, Rex.
you're the one that
Jin
brought it up.
Jin Kao. Okay, Jin Kao. Ah, there we go.
Okay.
Or
Well, I'll
Jin
still
Ku,
call him
or
Jinko
Jin Ku.
because that's what I do.
I'm just gonna call him Jin.
$19.99 is the year that Superman bought Superman and the Fantastic Four came out in like a treasury edition. I know you missed this. I've shown it before. It was like I think that's Dan Jurgens' art there.
Yep. No, I missed this one. I had already was like hadn't completely quit collecting at that point yet.
I probably got it off eBay myself. You know, I don't know where they would have marketed that, but it came out in 1999. It's called The Infinite Destruction. Writer was Dan Jurgens and Art T. Bear were the pencilers, and Art T. Bear was the inker. Gregory Wright was the colorist, and Bill Oakley was the letterer. So
yeah, Art's been around, dude. He did Spider-Man. He did Ultimate X-Men. He did a lot of.
Oh, he's done a lot through the decades. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did his part in the death of Superman and Superman's return.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot.
And all that. Yeah.
Did a bunch of that too.
The Image stuff, of course.
And he's
Sound It Out.
And he's just a really nice guy, dude.
There you go. Sound It Out.
Artie Bear is cool. Jin like engine, I think he's been okay, Jin.
Or here.
Jinko.
Pronunciation. Yeah.
See, that's what I thought it should be, like a J, not a G. So it's Jenko or Jinko. Well, I still
sounds Oriental. I don't know.
It does.
Hey, you get with me what you get.
I would just change my name to Gecko and then get a lizard as your avatar. Where's Lorenzo? We got lizard representation. We got Gecko out here.
Well, here is 3 crows. There's some representation for you, Shadowhawk.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. My avian cousins like to crap on my porch when I was out there power washing today.
Yeah. Yeah. Early. John Byrne.
It's a birdie bird world.
Wonderful cover by John Byrne. 1975.
Okay, not Jin. So Ginkgo. Ginkgo. Okay. We're getting closer, so it is a hard G and not a soft G.
You would probably just have to come on here.
Oh my God! Why am I talking obsessively?
Why are you talking obsessively?
I said, why am I obsessing over how to pronounce this name? I'm losing my mind.
This might be the oldest snack that man made,
Well,
the oldest dessert. Well, you have 100-year-old eggs, so.
I wouldn't. I mean, I know they have them, but they're not really yet. I don't think they're 100 years old.
It's sweet, sticky date and nut confection from ancient Mesopotamia, first written down on Babylonian clay tablets over 3,700 years ago, made with simply simply from mashed dates, chopped nuts, and honey.
My brain ain't scrambled enough already. We're going back to Babylonian shit. Okay.
Yeah, and you know
Oh.
what? I actually have a lot of the translated Babylonian text on my logos. This is the first picture
Ooh.
of a tornado.
Dorothy. Oh, Dorothy, it's a twister.
Taken by just a farmer, amateur photographer, A.
Right before,
Adams, and
right before he
August,
died in the tornado.
maybe
Hail, Christmas
April
famous.
26, 1884.
Wow,
Mhm.
that's an oldie but a goodie.
It is indeed. Here's your werewolf representation. Anyway, Shadowhawk, an oldie but a goodie, thanks to Dr. Mask. He posted
Ooh,
this.
there you go. Nice.
It's kind of like a red werewolf there on
Yeah,
the
a
cover.
werewolf and a damsel in distress. Come on, that's a great cover. And a skeleton. Oh, come on, dude.
Yeah. Skeleton cover. Yeah. Skull cover.
Hell yeah.
Halfway to
Skeleton.
Hades. Halfway to Hades.
Wow.
Where would halfway to Hades be? You know?
I couldn't tell you that. Limbo? Like in between heaven and hell.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's the river Styx, right?
Washer. It like did something by the nozzle. Now it's like. Mom said to get you.
Shit. I'll be right back, guys. Got an
Okay.
emergency
Sounded
happening with the power washer. Be right back.
Uh-oh. Power washer's out of control. Shadowhawk is in Arizona. I heard that voice last week. Laugh out loud. No, he's not in Arizona. Highly recommend this one. This one was actually made from Cartoon Network into a cartoon, not with the principal Marvel characters, but knockoff characters. And Dial M for Monkey. Have you seen it? They take the premise, the first appearance of the Champion here, which is like an elder of the Marvel universe. He challenges in a boxing ring. It's kind of a wild premise. All these characters that you see on the cover and more, I think, battle him, and they're all either disqualified, like Thor tries to use his hammer and is disqualified and dismissed. And Colossus has a good showing, I believe. It's been a while since I've read this one, but the thing, he gets bruised and beat up and really loses, but he wins because he won't give up the match. He says, "You can kill me, but I'm not going to stop." So actually a pretty good read, pretty good premise. I didn't know we were going to have 20 minutes about your name, but that's all right. Went to the signing. Rob Liefeld. Cool. Did you get something signed? I don't know if it's did you know that the magnolia flowers are so ancient they evolved before bees even existed? Apparently. Yeah, okay. They were pollinated by beetles, some of the earliest known flower visitors on Earth. Okay. And why not show a fox? Why not? The hell? Well, at least it wasn't
Alright,
the Heirs
sorry
to
about
Light.
that, everyone.
I'm sorry about that too, but
Let the
anyway.
girls play with the big boys' toys. Fucking inevitably something goes wrong.
Yeah, when it comes to
You'll
power
shoot your eye
washing,
out with that thing.
hell yeah. I mean, you can break skin with some of those that are, you get
It's got,
enough, if you get any
dude,
fluid
mine's
under, You know, I told you that story about that Navyman. It was the true story where they had a breach in the nuclear, uh, pressurized
Well,
nuclear engine or whatever you want to call it.
uh,
And the guy was walking down the hallway. There was imperceptible, just very like small grain. It sheared his head off as he walked. The force was so
oh
much,
shit.
coming out of that, and you couldn't
Nice.
see it. It was, uh,
Wow.
sheared
Oh
his head
fuck.
off as he just walked through the. You would think that would penetrate the sub too,
You
eventually,
think?
right? I mean,
Oh yeah. And it was attributed to what now?
it was the they got pressurized, highly pressurized, heavy
Right.
water, right? To cool. Well, there was a little breeze somehow that formed,
Oh,
and
and dude walked through the spray, and it just.
yeah,
Oh yeah, dude. High
it's
pressure
just an.
water is nothing to fuck with, man. You get
Mhm.
over like 2,000 psi, you can cut off toes. Fucking
Oh
you,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Those
And that
pressure washers,
and the what I
they're
got is a fucking it's 2,000
pressure.
psi home unit. I mean, it's when you
Yeah, they're
pull that trigger,
dangerous. Yeah.
you can feel it kick. You know, it goes, and the girls want to be out here playing with it. Dad, we need you. Yeah, no wonder. How many fingers you lose?
Yesterday was Liam Neeson's actor Liam Neeson's birthday. He's 73 now.
Oh, I thought you were talking about our Liam, the old orange koala.
No, no. And this actor here is 70, William Forsythe. You've seen him in a number of things,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure.
he's in a ton of stuff, dude.
Mhm.
He usually plays a bad guy. So every now and again he's a cop, but usually he's a bad guy.
Yeah. He turned 70. He's been in the Untouchables, um, Devil's Rejects, Dick Tracy,
Mm.
Once Upon a Time in America, Outlaw, Dead Bang, The Rock, Gotti.
He
So
was in a
some.
movie with one of the Steven Seagal ones. He was a gang leader guy in
Oh, okay.
fucking Kill and Kill Again or Killer Be Killed. One of them early Steven Seagal ones. He was like the like second in command of the gang that Steven Seagal was trying to take out. Yeah, he's been in a ton of shit, dude, and TV shows too, not just movies. He's been all over TV, different shows.
What's WIP stand for? Whip.
Work in progress.
Okay. Into the Crypt, work in progress from a comic book tome of reckoning, Dio says. And he posted
Ooh.
this Into the Crypt. Remember, they were going
Well,
down a staircase, the last thing he
mm-hmm.
posted that I saw. They were going down a
Yeah.
staircase with torches. So
Wait. Bring that back up.
can't wait.
Bring that
Bring
back
it
up
back up.
just for a
Okay.
minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. Sure.
No, that's so cool. Omer, we're gonna have to pull out something like this for the ash can. Or one of those scenes somewhere. All right. Carry on.
Justin Belmont says Pencils Down is almost here. The digital version features 4 extra pages of fan art and includes all the variant covers. Digital backers also receive the Dillard Black and White Artist Edition. You get both for only $8. We also have physical plus digital packs for $20. Pick your cover, he says. So Pencils Down, I've got to back that. I'll probably be the last backer, but I got to back it. I'll see if I can back it tomorrow. Back it today. Well, I can't back it today, but maybe, here soon. Here is 1939, blimps in like there's 3 there in 19, not 1939. Why did I say that? 1930 in New York City.
Yeah, well,
Have you?
before the whole Hindenburg episode happened, that was going to be, all the big buildings and cities were going to be the anchor points for,
Yeah, like this
during
is the Empire State Building under
yeah,
construction.
but that's
If
what it
World War
was meant
II
to
hadn't
be.
come about, what kind of different world would it have been? Would blimps? Yeah, Hindenburg kind of put a pin in it, didn't it?
Yeah, Hindenburg fucking everybody went, yeah, no, fuck that shit.
Yeah. Well, flammable hydrogen. Yeah.
hmm I mean, well, no matter how you go, I mean, you can go helium too, but that shit's still highly, flammable if it gets exposed to a flame.
Yesterday was Daryl Banks' artwork again. I've got a couple of Green Lanterns. I think this is cool from Millennium, the Wild Wild West. That's a cool wrap
Oh, wow.
around cover there.
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
Bum 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 bum. I've got a few Millennium comics, but not very many. But I remember Daryl, and the ones that I have signed are his Green Lantern stuff that he did. You might even have some of that Emerald Twilight storyline. The glow in the dark cover. That's a great glow in the dark cover.
Ginkgo. Got you. Thank you.
Ginkgo. Well, I'll probably say gecko. Just probably will.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I was stuck on that. I'm tired. It's been
You've probably seen this. Elliot
a long
Rodriguez's
life.
Cyber Frog fan artwork.
This
He did
Elliot, you said?
Homer Glitch's character
Oh,
recently.
dude, look at that shit. Elliot's a badass, dude.
Now, if you look, if I'm not mistaken, on his arm there that he's hanging from, there's Pitt reflected.
It looks like, it looks like a reflection of Pitt. I was just gonna say that because I blew it
And
up.
the other one
a
looks
little
like
bit.
pine trees, and I don't know, maybe some
Well,
fire. I'm not sure.
it's probably the Pine Barrens, which is where
Yeah,
Heather and the survivors are supposed to be tucked away.
but he
And they
worked
think
Pitt in there. That's
that
funny.
the Vespas don't know that they're there, but anyone who's got Dark Harvest will know
Has
better.
Dark Harvest isn't that the third book that's getting ready to fulfill?
No, Dark
No.
Harvest is 2.9. That it was just supposed to be like an add-on at first, and then Ethan had some extra ideas, so he expanded it into a full comic book. And you want to read this one right before you get the third one, because you find out a lot of shit about.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah, yeah, I showed it to you. I got the Dale Keown cover.
Is Death going to be colored? I thought it was going to be in black and white and gray
I
tone.
thought it was gonna be black and white.
Well, this is something he posted from Death.
I guess it's gonna. Is he gonna do a second chance campaign or something? Because I thought I
don't
had
know.
backed that
I couldn't believe
like a
that he
couple
took it
years
down.
ago.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
it's definitely 300 and something plus pages, but
Well, yeah, but I think I backed it like 3 years ago or some shit. Like,
Pat Broderick and Mike Barron there, they're Bronze Star #2 page. My Pat Broderick.
yeah, I gotta get that one. Damn. That first one with the hardcover is so nice too, man.
I don't think they've launched it yet, have they? Bronze Star 2? I know
I
they're doing
I don't think so, not yet.
I noticed that the Nexus Omnibus is went over 150,000
Nice.
so far.
Congratulations,
Just in the first few days.
Mike and Steve. And Kelsey, I think Kelsey was doing colors on that, wasn't he?
I don't know.
Okay.
Pete Sametti's
Well,
campaign
Pizza
for
Melody.
King Pizza Sametti.
I
Remember
think
that
Pizza
one?
Melody.
Thanks to 419 backers on board and the countless others who have helped spread the word, we reached 17K mark on the campaign for King Cryptid 10 through 13.
Wow, nice.
Mhm. And I wanted to show this to you and just call it. Volume off and it still wants to play. Anyway, this is obviously AI. I'll say it before you do. No, this is a tree that is shaped by the wind, they say. Look at
Yeah,
that.
I can believe that.
That's kind of like a surrealistic looking tree, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of funky.
Yeah. To have it grow sideways. Nature, life finds a way. Life
But
finds
you
a
know,
way.
Indians used to take limbs on trees and tie them down so that they would
Oh,
point
yeah.
in a certain direction and
Mhm.
use it as markers for, the people behind them. Like the scouts would do that shit. And then after a while, if they left it there long enough, that tree just started growing in that shape. That limb would just pretty cool.
Jimmy
Oh, who's that?
Palmiotti, Jimmy Palmiotti, listing these. He said, Darren Cook, who's passed away now, but uh, he often did. These were like some sketches of Jonah Hex before he started doing his
Was that the guy that
Jonah.
did the Harley Quinn that I sent to Carrie? It wasn't. I don't think it was Cook. It might have been.
Uh,
Uh,
I mean, he's done so many things.
but yeah,
It
but
was
did
like
he?
Justice League New Frontiers was the first time I noticed his work. Uh,
Is Carrie in here in the chat?
she should be, yes.
Well, it's 11:18 already over there, Rex. She might have gone to sleep. She might
This
have done
was
fell out on us. Might have been Daryl. Darren? Is it Darren or it was it Daryl? Ah, whatever. Dumb. Sorry.
Darren Cook, I guess. I can spell it for you. It's
Nah, it's alright.
Darwyn. Darwin
Darwin.
Cook.
Darwin Cook. Yes, that is
And
the
Cook
that.
has an E on the end of it. So, I can't help it if people don't have easy notes.
Yes, it's Darwin. Okay, that's That dude's old lady won it after he did. After he died, the whole big thing.
Kind of different for a Silver Surfer piece.
That's wild.
Oh,
Cool.
Galactus back there too. Look at Galactus.
Mm. Ow.
I see nothing
Looks
wrong
like
with
we're
that.
gonna be in for some storms tonight.
That was by Tad Moore, actually. Joe M. Sontag. Here is the official Brent Booth cover for Reaper Destroyer #2. Did you see that? That's going to be
No,
launching
I
here
haven't seen this
after
yet.
one for
Ooh,
Fields.
hold on. Let me blow this up a little bit. Who did this one?
Brent
Did you
Booth.
say?
He's one of the
Oh
greats of
my dude.
today. That's
Yeah, Brett
he,
Booth. He did Backlash back in the Image days. I loved his shit, dude.
all right, we're back to the
I'm very well acquainted with Brett Booth's work,
Image, the
man.
pinnacle of comics.
And
Okay,
at the time, it was.
I know. Yeah.
All things must pass, Rex.
And I'm glad that phase in comics passed. Anyway, with only 167 orders left to send out, we are getting ready to amp up for the coming of issue 2, he says.
Woohoo! Looking forward to it.
This was
I bought
love
the
the
box set.
heavy metal type coloring on this, just the black.
It's almost a Tarna costume too, kind of. The heavy metal chick.
I just like the coloring. It's very engaging.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's nice, bright, bold. I mean, that's what,
The booty's
old
not
school.
bad.
No.
Old school booty.
That's nothing wrong with old school booty.
Brian Ball has a review of Genuine Days, Genuine Comics Perfect 10 issues
Perfect
1 through
10?
5. He said,
Nice.
I read all 5 issues over a couple days last week. Excellent writing from Brink, David Brink, and top-notch superhero art from Powell. Constantly surprising me with great ideas and or images on every page. These 5 issues depict a fully formed and heavily populated superhero world that could be confusing in less skilled hands, but here is refreshingly easy to follow and keep track of everyone. The cast of characters is an avalanche of concepts, names, designs that feel clever and original. Dialogue scenes gave me exactly as much info as I needed to know for the scene to progress, no more, no less than it would, and immediately revert back to fun action, keeping Perfect 10 story very briskly paced. And those action scenes, each one is loaded with cool stuff. And the artist Powell not only makes it fun to look at, but also keeps it totally under control where it never feels crowded or hard to read visually, not to mention the wild action poses on our lead heroine, 10, and easy on the eyes while never feeling smarmy. Colors are bright and beautiful without being early 90s image overbearing. Ooh, that's him, not me saying that. Overall, truly a joy to read. In a sane world, Brink and Powell would be a top creative team at Marvel or DC, writing and drawing Avengers or Uncanny X-Men or Justice League of America. But in a way, I'm glad they're not. It is more fun to see their original creation. A+, highly recommended. So that's Brian Ball.
What a glowing review. That's awesome.
Yeah, 1 through 5 of Perfect 10. Yeah.
And if you guys haven't backed this yet, check out Genuine Comics, and Dave Brink and Powell Rodriguez is the artist on that book. They've also got a great colorist. I don't remember his name right offhand, but everything Genuine Dave does is beautiful. You'll love it. It's good stuff.
Jay Krager, who did my Drawn in Tier Midnight double page spread and logo, also did this piece, acrylic on Bristol.
That's what was
Spiral.
her name?
Spiral. That works for Mojo.
Yeah, she was cool.
Nice, straight Jay Krager acrylic on Bristol.
Man, I haven't seen her in a long since I was reading the X-Men back in the day.
Sorry for late reply.
Yes, the Harley Quinn figure was Darwin Cook. See? Cook. I knew I recognized that name.
Figure.
I don't even know who he was, but I knew he was supposed to be a really popular DC artist, and that he died really unexpectedly.
Yeah. Aaron Lepresti says, just finishing up on page 42 of Wraith of God number 3. Fear Hollow. And here's a panel of it. This reminds me of his Lord Pumpkin character here.
A little bit.
Yeah. Remember, he did Lord Pumpkin for the Ultraverse.
Dude, I love Aaron's work, man. Anything he puts out, I'm back.
Did you know John Byrne landed Iron Fist because he beat a deadline? Back in the mid-70s, Byrne was a rising talent when fellow artist Pat Broderick couldn't meet a deadline. Chris Claremont was writing Iron Fist and had seen Byrne samples. And this is a splash page of Byrne from back then on Iron Fist. So apparently he beat out Pat Broderick on that, apparently.
Byrne in his prime, dude. So good.
Oh, I misspoke. The Nexus Omnibus is 130,000 over on Kickstarter. So it'll be interesting to see if they go with the Omnibus somewhere else besides Kickstarter. You know, will they go to Indiegogo or Fund My Comic with that at all, or just stick with the Kickstarter and be happy with that? Be interesting to find out. Billy Tucci says Gatecrasher nears completion. I am pumped that I just have 2 more pages to ink, as 45 of 52 pages have been sent to the colorist. I've been assured that we'll have color images to show you all next week, and once they come in, they'll be lettered and shown to you. And an update, all Gatecrasher Rough Cut Edition artwork is now formatted and completed will be lettered next week. They said in the next few weeks we'll be closing the campaign, late pledges, and launch. Our next crowdfunding campaign ran a Revenge of the Warrior at month's end. So things coming along with his She project, Gatecrasher. Spiral, yeah. On June 7th, 1940, Daisy Duck made her debut in the cartoon Mr. Duck Steps Out. So Daisy Duck making her appearance in 1940 into the cartoon scene. Here's a couple more of those wild Star Spangled Award stories. I have this one. That's a Joe Kubert cover there. Kind of deviating from it is a checker top cover though. Kind of deviating. And then here's one that I also have deviating from the dinosaur motif. I am trying to collect all those. I need to get back to that and just complete my collection. I don't need much. Here's a Ross Andru interior shot. The original Suicide Squad came out of that book, which were a couple of GIs. Another Aaron Lopresti piece here of his character. Very cool. Aaron can pump something like that out in an hour. And a little Bernie Wrightson. You got to look at this, Shadowhawk. I know we've seen it before, but Swamp Thing, so cool. Got to have some Wrightson representation.
Bernie, my man.
Yeah, and you know, I didn't say
Dude,
it, but
it is freaking pouring rain right now. Oh, shit.
Bright and sunny here, brother. Here's your lizard representation for today, Lorenzo. Dinosaurs are reptiles. There you go.
Oh, shit. Mom Hawk had the window open. The whole fucking corner of my couch is fucking wet.
Close those windows.
That's so good.
Oh, your dog got that way?
No, where my couch is at now is kind of like
I
maybe
hear
a 20
Cloudy.
away.
She's going off.
Yeah, she's scared of the thunder. She don't like
It's
storms.
raining.
She don't like storms. Anyway, Mama Hawk
With a
had the
name like
window open
Cloudy,
because
you
it
would
was,
think she'd be partial to it.
you would think, but no,
You would
she
think.
doesn't.
But apparently not. No.
She don't like it. Yeah, so
Tank
it's
Tank
raining
Ferret's
like a
been under the
bitch.
weather, so pray for him. He's been under the weather. He doesn't know what
Oh shit, Tank's
exactly
sick
has been
again?
wrong. Yeah, he's sick again. It may be his kidneys. He doesn't really know. I don't know.
Dude, I'm in the same boat. I'm scared to death, and I got 2 weeks left. Not this Friday, but next Friday. I go see a fucking doctor. See what the fuck's going on with me.
Yeah, Jay Krieger does a good job. I mean, he can do that spiral piece and acrylic on Bristol, or he can do this digital drawing in here. And there is my illustrious co-host there in the bottom left-hand corner, Shadowhawk himself, with wearing a Clint Eastwood hat. I think he knocked it out of the park on this 2-page spread.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome, dude.
Great piece, and you can be drawn in too for $80.
That I never even considered being drawn into a comic book before, but that's fucking.
I didn't either. I hadn't either, but one of the neatest things is getting my characters because, and I'll probably use that, the one that
And
I
don't
have
forget,
up on the
Rex,
campaign.
at some point, you got to kill me in one of the stories.
Right. Oh, I haven't forgotten you're wanting to die awful quick, but, awful bad. But,
I mean, well, maybe I saved Midnight from getting shot in the back. All right. Somebody's sneaking up on her. I dive in and take one right in the old melon. Fucking explode my head. Yeah, I don't know. Shooting at.
Hey man, we'll talk it over. That's pretty cool. I mean, have your head explode. Maybe one of those big 50 cal buffalo guns or something, rifles.
Yeah, like a big old
sharp,
school, like a musket.
sharp
The
rifle.
big fucking old school ball gun. Like
That probably would have done it back in Sharps.
Oh, bro,
Rifle back
those
then.
musket balls were fucking horrible.
The
They're
thing
worse
weighed
than
like 18
modern day.
pounds. If you've ever held one of those things, they're heavy.
Yeah, those. I mean, the wounds that those things inflict. That's why they don't make round, like bullets anymore for guns and stuff. Because it's just like the damage that they do is insane. That's why there was just guys getting all their limbs cut off and shit. Because once you got hit with one of those, it just destroyed everything. They even, the Geneva Convention declared shotguns is not legal to use in warfare anymore.
Why? Because it's just so grisly.
Well, because for close combat, it's just you load it up with like double-aught buckshot or something, and you're just spraying shells 8 feet across the room every time you pull the trigger. And so it's the real reason was because the Germans didn't have an equivalent to keep up with it.
Hey Timothy, I was wondering where you work today.
They cried, "It's not fair."
Timothy, this is not AI. This is an actual fish that does have red lips like this. God has a sense of humor. I'm telling you.
It looks like the school teacher out of Pink Floyd The Wall.
The red-lipped batfish of the Galapagos Islands walks on the ocean floor using its fins.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
from the Galapagos Islands, you know.
I believe you.
Yeah, it
Right.
is what it is. Also, Joan Rivers' birthday today, heavenly birthday. She was born in 1933.
That's what they should have named that fish.
Joan Rivers. Okay. Actor Henry Brandon, his birthday. He died in 1990, age 77.
Henry Brandon. Who was that?
Well, I'll show you his face. He played a lot of bad guys. There you go. Did a lot of westerns.
Hold on. Oh, he looks familiar.
Even played some Indians.
Oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
Blue-eyed Indian, eh? Okay.
Well, it was
No.
probably shot in black and white, so you didn't know. James Darren's birthday, he was in Time Tunnel, among other things.
Timothy, would be nice.
Irwin Allen's The Time Tunnel.
Got your time tunnel right here.
That fish be teasing. Yeah. And you kiss me on the lips like this. He was also in T.J. Hooker with William Shatner. Oh yeah, remember that? James Darren from Time Tunnel. Like 20 years later, he was in T.J. Hooker. Nancy
Really?
Sinatra's birthday. Yeah.
No shit. Wow. Actually, does strike a chord. I think I remember it.
June 6, 1976. Yes, I bought this on the stands. Absolutely. The Thing in the Liberty Legion.
Liberty League. Oh
Herbie
no, I missed that one.
Oh, that's a great one. I mean, anytime you got these neat Nazis in the Liberty Legion, hell yeah. That was an early comic that I bought. You know, 1976 when I really started collecting.
Yeah, well, you're a couple years older than me, Rex. Remember.
It's okay.
Yo,
All right, I don't hold it against you.
Just because you started collecting 2 years before me. God.
Well, I'll make it up to you. 1978 Godzilla. Herb
Go
Trimpe cover.
Yeah, no, I missed that one. But dude, I couldn't find Godzilla around me. I got a number one, and I think I got a. It said like, "Is this the end?" or something on the cover. Is this the last issue? I don't even remember what the number was, but that was like the only two Godzilla books I ever found. I mean, I'm sure I could have gotten them before on the internet now, but I'm talking back in the day. You know, there's no internet, there was no eBay, there's none of that shit.
Timothy says, I ain't got the time for time tunnels. How about Gabriel Del Otto Punisher? I really like his stuff.
Looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Man, everybody's tending to get so armored up, though. You know, like Batman, even his suit has become.
That's all
more
they
like
did in the
Iron.
90s. You didn't like that?
I do to a certain degree. I mean, it just depends.
An early wraparound cover by H.R. McBride. Animal Comics #1, 1942. Wraparound cover.
Oh, wow.
That's cool,
I've
huh?
seen this. I don't think I own it, but I've read this. I've seen it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
So
Where
you
did I?
think wraparound covers are a fairly new thing? They're not. That one's from 1942.
Like double page spreads aren't a new thing either, but Riververse is trying to make them more cinematic by dividing them in half.
An ultra rare coin is found, Shadowhawk. Take a look at that.
Very nice. And what is this? It's
I will tell
a
you what that is.
continental.
Nope, then I took it down.
And you took it down.
Then I took it down. It's an ultra rare 1776 Continental dollar hidden in an unassuming toffee tin. Recently fetched $32,000 at a UK auction on October 3rd, 2024. This remarkable coin, minted during the year of the Declaration of Independence, is one of only 6,000 ever produced, with fewer than 100 thought to survive. Its discovery in such an ordinary container added an element of surprise and intrigue to an already fascinating piece of history. The pewter coin was found buried among a collection of miscellaneous items, old jewelry, fossils, and other coins languishing at the bottom of the tin. It had been overlooked for years, treated as just another knickknack in a collection of forgotten treasures. Auctioneers Joseph Trindle, Trender, who uncovered the rare find, called it one of the most significant discoveries of his career, describing the moment as akin to striking gold due to the high number of counterfeit continental dollars. The coin was sent to the United States for expert authentication. Somewhere in Florida verified its authenticity, further evaluating its value. Once confirmed, it was auctioned off for £25,000, $32,000, making it a historic windfall for the anonymous seller and one of the top highlights for collectors.
The rain coming in the window.
About 100 of these things survived, only 6,000.
Yeah, not bad. Sorry. Mama just walked in and discovered the massacre.
So, rare coin find indeed. In a toffee tin. So, check out those things. Oh, I know Elsie would love one of these. I've never tried one.
Ooh,
Banana and fudge.
That looks good.
Banana and chocolate. Yeah.
You don't like bananas, Rex? What?
Have you tried that? Yeah, they're okay. It's not my favorite. You know, he likes cottage cheese and peach. Peaches. So my father did too. But
cottage cheese and peaches?
No.
Yeah.
No. No, I can't. No, I can't do that.
Cottage cheese potential.
That's a banana fudge bomb
I like
pop from
cottage cheese
1984.
by itself.
Thank God I'm a Country Boy by John Denver reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, top 100 in 1975. June 7th, 1982, Elvis Presley's Graceland opened to the public. City Slickers premiered in theaters 34 years ago. I went to see that in 1991. Great movie.
Kiss the cow.
On June 7th, 1993, in protest against Warner Brothers Records refused to release Prince's backlog of music at a steady pace, Prince formally changed his stage name to an unpronounceable love symbol. Yeah. And then he went back to Prince before his death.
Yeah, I think he only did the symbol for like about 2 or 3 years. He released one record, I think maybe two,
Hmm.
and
Probably affected sales, actually.
I'm guessing that's why he went back to Prince before he died, because he's like, okay, maybe this was a bad idea.
I did not know this. On June 7th, 1976, New York Magazine published a cover story that would inspire the film Saturday Night Live, or Saturday Night Fever, rather. So this
No,
cover inspired Saturday Night Fever, apparently, the movie.
really? Okay. Wow, that's a hell of a
Yeah,
stretch, but okay.
it is,
I
isn't it?
mean,
The Phantom, starring Billy Zane, came out 29 years ago in 1996. Remember The Phantom?
which one, Phantom? Yeah, that was a good movie, dude. It's a fun
The
movie.
Ghost Who Walks. Yep.
And I like Billy Zane. A lot of people don't like him, but I like Billy Zane.
He's been in some good things. Kim
Yeah,
Possible
shit,
premiered 23 years ago on the Disney Channel. Kim Possible.
yeah.
1996, Little Caesar introduced its pizza by the foot, a 3-foot long rectangular pizza. Did you ever get one of those?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's cool. Especially if
Dude,
you get different toppings.
The crazy thing is, nowadays, as far as takeout pizza goes, Little Caesars is like right up there with the rest of them, dude. They're like their quality has gone way up while everybody else's has come way down. It's crazy.
They've certainly done the business through the years. I like their Italian crust and stuff. 1972, Frito-Lay introduced nacho cheese Doritos. So nacho cheese Doritos go back to 1972.
It's always been my favorite.
Billy Zane was good in Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight, and his small part in Tombstone. Oh, absolutely, yeah. He was great in Tombstone.
I was sure he was in Tombstone for a minute.
That's a classic movie, yeah.
Yeah.
June 7th was Dean Martin's birthday, by the way.
I love Dino. When the
Dino?
moon.
Everybody loves somebody. That's amore, yeah.
Remember he used to have his own variety show and he had the dancers come out? Gold Digger.
Look at this fossil from this ancient beaver.
From an ancient what?
Beaver. Prehistoric beaver, they say. That's his tunnel system.
So he dug a spiral tunnel all the way down into this little hole just so he could go to sleep and die. Really? Is that what I'm supposed to be expected to believe?
No, it's AI. Anyway, moving on. In the late 1800s, a remarkable fossil discovery in what is now northwest Nebraska captured the imagination of scientists and sparked decades of research.
No, you gotta eat that shit fresh, Timmy. You're right.
Paleontologists unearthed something entirely unexpected: giant spiral-shaped fossil structures buried deep underground. These mysterious formations, often several feet tall and coiled like ancient tree trunks, were unlikely anything seen before. Their particular shape and massive size puzzled researchers for years. Initially dubbed devils, corkscrews, these structures were thought to be the fossilized roots of ancient trees or even the remains of giant freshwater sponges. But an investigation continued, a more grounded exploration emerged. And that's what I told you, an ancient rodent, in his...
So it's a giant fucking beaver. digging its own grave. Okay, sure it is.
Well, I don't get the digging its own grave. I mean, it's living habitat.
It's dead, laying in there. And the only things they found in these things is dead beaver. So,
Well, now they didn't find the dead beaver, just the
well,
corpse
whatever.
proved,
If you can call it a den or whatever you want to call it. But if you die in there, that becomes, and you're underground,
Mhm.
you have dug your own grave.
Yeah, but I don't think they found any beavers dead in there prehistoric.
Well, they
There's
showed one in the illustration you just showed a minute ago. There was one
Yeah.
laying there on his back with his paws up in the air.
and that comes out of Nebraska. I think it's cool that they call them Devil's Corpses.
Oh, whatever. Fucking AI bullshit.
What is that loud noise? It is Shadowhawk echoing, unfortunately. So we're gonna get out of here, keep collecting, and we'll see you tomorrow.
They'll
Same
all
as
have a
if
great
you die in your
night.
right. Yeah. Take care. Bow.